So you're looking at buying a used side-by-side. You found a good deal, you're on your way down to go get it. What are some things you should check out? Let's go over that in this video and see where we end up. First things first, when you walk up to your unit, first time seeing it, you're gonna wanna check your ROPS. That's gonna be your rollover protection system. This system is gonna indicate whether or not the unit's been rolled or had any previous damage, really. It's gonna be one of the easiest spots to check. What you're gonna be looking for is anything vertically tracking on the uprights of the cage, also any dents near the corners and cracked paint. Typically, if the unit has been on its side, you'll have cracking around here, also down near your joints and up towards the top. Come around to your passenger side, you're gonna wanna check everything over. Any vertical scratches on your doors or side panels are gonna be indication of rollover potentially. Anything that runs along the length of the unit, that's gonna be more typical of wear and tear. Riding through the trees, tighter brush areas, you know, anything dragging down the side of the unit. So, from there, a little more in depth, you're gonna wanna check around your shocks for any leaking or oil drip down the shafts. You're gonna do that on every corner, so your front, rear, make sure there's nothing dripping, no oil, no residue. And then while you're down looking at those joints, or at the shocks, it's a good idea to just visually inspect ball joints. These rubber boots on tie rod ends, ball joints, all of the components. Any tears would indicate that those parts are nearing the end of their life and are gonna be potentially contaminated and going bad on you. CV boots are another really good item to check. They're a common tear item, so sticks, debris can just come up in here and rip these open. You're gonna wanna just essentially open them all up, make sure there aren't any cracks, no dry rot, holes, anything like that. No grease spray anywhere. It's also a good idea to just grab your tires on every corner and just kind of give them a shake. You shouldn't feel any play, especially when the unit is on the ground. Any play will indicate worn or damaged parts. You're gonna do that on the back too. This is Razor 1000 XP, so this is a trailing arm system. You're gonna do the same thing back here. Check the top, check the front. If you've got a floor jack, that is ideal to jack up the unit. Any play could indicate either wear in your radius rods or a worn out wheel bearing or other components that could be worn. Same thing in the back on your CV boots though. You want to check those on all corners. Another good thing to check when you're first getting in your unit is going to be function on all your components. You want to turn your accessory light on. Your steering wheel should turn nice and easy as long as you've got an EPS unit that you're looking at. EPS is electric power steering. So you're going to go through, you're going to wait for everything to power up. This being a ride command model, we're going to make sure our ride command powers up. We're going to check all our buttons and switches for function as our ride command comes to here. So our GPS has come up. If you do have the convenience of a ride command unit, it's always smart to just check your tracked rides, see where the unit's been, see what kind of trails it's been on, can actually help to indicate how it's been used through its life. Just essentially hit all your buttons, make sure everything scrolls through. Your four-wheel drive indicator, make sure your light comes on. Also make sure that if you do have a ride command model, your cameras are working. Not all models are equipped with the cameras. And then you're going to want to check your lights and switches for function as well. So headlights, we have our low beam headlights. We've got our high beam headlights. Switch is functioning as it should. Same thing with your tail lights and brake lights. If you have another person, it can actually make it quite a bit easier to check and just go through, see if all our lights are working. Make sure your doors and everything's shut as they should. Another good check, easy access. Pull up your hood, check your coolant level, make sure the coolant level is close to its max level or within the lines between min and max. And also make sure that your coolant isn't discolored Most of your coolant's going to be green. This could be an orange. If it's a brown color, there's something going on. Another good condition check can be to come around to the back of the unit, pull your bed compartment, and inspect your air filter. High dust conditions, you'll see really packed air filters, and that just means that the engine can't breathe as well as it should. As you guys can see, this air filter is brand new and nice and clean. That filter can either be a white color or a blue color, depending on who it comes from. The OEM filters are blue. Most of your aftermarkets tend to be white, a white paper element. So, as you're going around the unit, if everything's looking good and you're liking the way everything is looking, how tight the unit is so far, it's always a good check to open up your clutching and look and just make sure that your belt is in decent condition and the clutches themselves are in decent condition. And you can sometimes feel if the belt and the clutches are not in good condition during operation in a test ride scenario. We already opened our clutches up. If you want to check out another one of our videos on that, I can go through a little more detail of what you're looking for. Yeah, so there's a quick overview of 5 things you'd want to check if you're looking at a used unit. If you need any help or have any questions from there on out, we're always here to answer any questions, help you out. Our number is 802-476-6104.